Far beyond the Milky Way, in a galaxy filled with bright stars and colorful planets, a great council of alien species gathered. They were creatures of many shapes and colors. Some had wings, some had multiple arms, and some glowed with light. They were very wise and had ruled their galaxy for thousands of years. The council had one rule that everyone followed without question: never test humans. Humans, they believed, were unpredictable and dangerous in ways no one could imagine. From their high observation towers on the planet Zorath, they watched Earth. The humans were small and fragile-looking, yet there was something unusual about them. They explored their planet with curiosity, built incredible machines, and sent their kind into space. Unlike most species, humans could adapt quickly. They could survive harsh climates, face unknown challenges, and keep going. To the Council, this made humans fascinating but also frightening. The aliens often debated about humans. "They are clever, but they are limited," said Theron, a tall alien with silver eyes. "We have seen species rise and fall. Humans may be clever now, but they are not ready for the universe." Yet curiosity sometimes got the better of even the wisest beings. One young scientist, Vilo, could not stop thinking about humans. He was smaller than most of the council members, with a glowing blue tail that showed his emotions. "Why do we never test them?" he asked during a council meeting. "We only observe. But what if we could see what they are truly capable of? A small test, nothing dangerous, only a challenge of their minds and skill. I want to see if they are stronger than we think." The council members stared at him. "The rule exists for a reason," said Maris, the oldest member. Her green eyes shone with caution. "Humans are unpredictable. You cannot control them. Testing them is not allowed." Vilo's tail flicked with excitement. "Sometimes the universe only reveals its truth when rules are broken. Humans may surprise us in ways we cannot imagine. We may learn something new about strength and courage." Maris shook her head slowly. "You are young, Vilo. Humans are not like us. Their cleverness can be dangerous. If you proceed, you may cause problems that not even we can fix." But Vilo's mind was made up. He left the council chamber quietly and began his preparations. He created simulations, designed challenges, and studied human behavior from a distance. He wanted to test their intelligence, adaptability, and cooperation. He told himself it would be a harmless experiment. Meanwhile, on Earth, humans were busy with their daily lives. They built cities, explored forests, studied the oceans, and looked up at the stars with wonder. They did not know that far away, beings were watching them. They did not know that their choices, teamwork, and clever ideas were being observed by an alien who wanted to challenge them. Vilo chose a small group of humans to observe closely. They were ordinary people living in different parts of the world. Some were engineers, some were scientists, and some were students with curious minds. To him, they were the perfect subjects for his test. He wanted to see how they would solve a problem that no human had faced before. The experiment began quietly. Vilo sent strange signals into space, signals that would reach Earth. They appeared as mysterious puzzles, unusual patterns, and curious messages. The humans noticed them and became intrigued. They did not understand where the signals came from or why they were happening, but their curiosity was strong. They could not ignore a mystery. As humans started working together to understand the strange signals, Vilo watched eagerly. He could not know that the humans were about to do something extraordinary. They were about to break expectations, show incredible teamwork, and prove why the universe had once feared their true potential. And so, the rule was in danger of being broken. The humans did not know they were part of an alien experiment. The council had warned never to test them, but one curious mind had decided to see what humans could really do. The universe was about to witness the beginning of something extraordinary. On Earth, the mysterious signals had begun to appear in small bursts. They looked like strange patterns of light in the sky, unusual sounds on radio waves, and tiny symbols in computer codes. At first, people thought they were natural phenomena or technical glitches. But soon, a few curious humans noticed a pattern. Among them was a young scientist named Lena, who worked at a space research center. She was bright, patient, and loved solving puzzles. One evening, while studying a signal, she realized it repeated in a strange rhythm. She called her friend Rohan, a talented engineer, and shared her discovery. "We've never seen anything like this," Rohan said, examining the patterns. "It doesn't match any known signals from satellites, stars, or planets." "It's intelligent," Lena nodded. "Yes, it feels like someone or something is trying to communicate with us." Word spread quickly. Soon other scientists, engineers, and curious minds joined Lena and Rohan. They formed a small team, not knowing that they were the chosen humans for a test far beyond Earth. Each person brought a unique skill. Some could decode signals, others could build machines, and a few were excellent at organizing ideas. Meanwhile, Vilo observed with fascination. He had expected humans to panic, fail, or ignore the signals, but instead they were coming together, sharing knowledge and thinking creatively. His tail glowed with excitement. Interesting, he whispered to himself. They are faster and smarter than I imagined. The humans faced their first real challenge when the signals suddenly changed. A bright pattern appeared in the night sky, forming a series of shapes that seemed impossible to understand. Lena's team worked together to map the shapes. Rohan suggested building a small model to replicate the patterns using light sensors. They tested different ideas for hours. Some models failed, some succeeded partially, and some gave surprising results. But the humans never gave up. Every failure became a lesson, and every small success gave them hope. Outside the research center, people began noticing unusual events. Lights in cities flickered. Unusual sounds echoed in the distance, and small harmless mechanical devices appeared mysteriously in certain areas. Lena realized these were not random. They were part of the signal's instructions. The team grew more determined. Lena said, "This is not just a puzzle. Something wants us to work together. We have to understand it completely." Rohan nodded. "We will. Humans are good at solving problems when we work as a team." Over the next few days, the humans discovered that the signals could control energy in small ways. They could move objects, light up areas, and create small patterns that seemed alive. They realized that someone or something was teaching them how to use a new kind of energy. It was not dangerous, but it required focus, creativity, and cooperation. Vilo watched carefully. He was amazed at how quickly humans learned. "They adapt faster than any species I have studied," he said. "They are not just clever. They are extraordinary. I may have underestimated them." The council on Zorath had started to notice changes too. "Vilo," said Maris, her eyes narrowed. "You promised a small harmless test. This is getting out of control. Humans are learning too fast. Stop this experiment now." But Vilo shook his head. "No, I need to see how far they can go. The universe may never have seen such potential." Back on Earth, the humans faced the biggest part of their first challenge. The signals formed a massive pattern across the sky. A combination of shapes, lights, and sounds that had to be decoded exactly. If they succeeded, the next stage of the test would begin. If they failed, the signals would disappear forever. Lena looked up at the sky and smiled. "We can do this. We are humans. We do not give up easily. Let's figure it out together." Rohan placed a hand on her shoulder. "No matter what comes, we face it together. That is what humans do best." And so the humans prepared for their first great test. They did not know that the universe itself was watching, that aliens had set rules they were breaking, and that their actions could change how all species saw humans forever. The first challenge was only the beginning. The humans had no idea how extraordinary they were about to become. The humans faced the strange sky pattern with determination. Every shape, every light, and every sound had meaning, but decoding it was not easy. Lena and Rohan led the team, carefully observing the signals. They realized that the signals were not just puzzles. They were instructions. Each signal taught a small skill, and combining all the skills revealed a bigger pattern. The first few attempts failed. The shapes did not match, the lights flickered incorrectly, and the sounds were out of rhythm. Some people began to feel tired, but Lena encouraged everyone. "This is exactly what humans are good at. We learn from mistakes, not just success. Let's keep trying," Rohan nodded. "Every failure is just a step closer. Humans are patient, and that is our strength." The team split into smaller groups, each focusing on a different part of the pattern. One group worked on matching the shapes. Another group focused on timing the sounds. The third group experimented with light patterns using small devices they built from ordinary materials. They shared ideas constantly, correcting each other and building on each other's thoughts. Vilo observed silently from his ship above Earth. He had expected humans to struggle, but they were learning quickly. Every day their progress amazed him. He whispered to himself, "They are not just clever. They are resilient, creative, and willing to help each other. This is unlike anything I have ever seen." The council on Zorath continued to watch with concern. "Vilo, stop this immediately," Maris said. "Humans are learning faster than we expected. You cannot control what comes next." Vilo ignored her warning. He was fascinated. "I need to see how far they can go. The universe will remember this." Back on Earth, the team faced their first breakthrough. A small part of the sky pattern finally matched perfectly. The lights aligned, the shapes formed correctly, and the sounds played in harmony. The humans cheered. They had done what seemed impossible, but the signals were not finished. The pattern grew larger, more complex, and more difficult to understand. Now the humans had to combine all the skills they had learned into a single solution. They needed coordination, focus, and trust in each other. Lena looked at her team. "We can do this. Every one of us has learned something new. Together, we can solve the full pattern." The humans spent days experimenting. They adjusted their models, tested new ideas, and observed the signals carefully. They worked day and night, never giving up. Each mistake taught them something valuable. Each small success encouraged them to try harder. Vilo's excitement grew. "They adapt faster than any other species I have studied. They are not just learning. They are improving themselves. They are inventing solutions I would never have imagined." The team finally combined their knowledge. Using the skills each person had mastered, they created a system that could reproduce the sky pattern perfectly. They positioned lights, coordinated sounds, and matched every shape with precision. When the final sequence began, the sky lit up with colors and shapes moving in perfect harmony. The signals were decoded fully, and the humans had succeeded. For a moment, silence fell. Then everyone cheered. Lena smiled at her team. "We did it. We learned, we worked together, and we never gave up. That is what humans do best." Vilo could hardly believe his eyes. He recorded everything carefully, realizing that humans had exceeded all expectations. "They are extraordinary," he said. "I thought I understood them, but I was wrong. The universe may have underestimated humans forever." The council on Zorath was shocked. "Vilo," Maris said softly, "they have passed the first challenge. If this continues, the humans may become a force the galaxy cannot ignore." Vilo only nodded. He knew that the first challenge was just the beginning. Humans had proven that they could learn, adapt, and work together in ways no other species could. The universe had broken one of its oldest rules, but the result was something no one had anticipated. Back on Earth, the humans did not know they were being tested. They only knew that together, they had solved an impossible puzzle. They were unaware that their determination and teamwork were changing how the universe would see them forever. The first challenge was over, but the humans were ready for the next one. They had proven their cleverness, resilience, and unity. The universe had noticed, and it was only the beginning. The humans had barely recovered from their first success when the signals returned, more complex than before. The sky filled with intricate lights that danced across continents. This time, the signals included moving shapes, shifting colors, and rhythmic sounds that changed every few hours. It was clear that the first challenge had been only a test of learning and adaptation. The second would require creativity, teamwork, and quick thinking. Lena gathered her team. "The signals are back," she said. "They are harder now. This is not just about understanding patterns. It is about creating something new using what we have learned." Rohan examined the signals on his computer screens. "We will need to think differently. The first challenge tested our ability to copy and learn. This one is about innovation. We have to invent solutions, not just follow instructions." The team split into smaller groups, each tasked with a different part of the challenge. One group experimented with lights, combining colors in ways they had never tried before. Another group focused on sounds, creating new sequences and harmonies. A third group used mathematics to predict how the shapes would move across the sky. Despite the difficulty, the humans remained determined. Every failure became a lesson. Every small success sparked new ideas. They worked together, sharing knowledge and encouraging each other. They used their creativity not just to solve the problem, but to improve on it, adding small innovations that no alien could have predicted. Above Earth, Vilo watched with growing amazement. The humans were doing more than he had ever imagined. "They are not just adapting," he whispered. "They are inventing. They are creating solutions that are beyond my calculations. This is incredible." The council on Zorath continued to warn him. "Vilo, stop this now," Maris said, her voice stern. "Humans are exceeding expectations. You cannot control what happens next." Vilo shook his head. "No, the universe deserves to see this. Humans are extraordinary. We must continue to observe. I must see what they can truly do. Back on Earth, Lena and her team faced the biggest part of the second challenge. The signals required coordination on a massive scale. Different groups had to synchronize their actions perfectly. Lights had to flash in harmony, sounds had to match movement, and shapes had to form exactly in the sky. The humans worked tirelessly. They tested, adjusted, and tried again. They communicated constantly, solving problems together and encouraging each other to keep going. Every person's skill was important and every idea mattered. Finally, after days of effort, the humans created a synchronized display that matched the signals perfectly. The sky lit up in breathtaking colors and shapes, moving with flawless precision. The sounds blended perfectly, creating a harmony that echoed across the world. Lena looked at her team, smiling proudly. We did it, not just by following instructions, but by using our minds, our creativity, and our teamwork. This is what humans do best. Philo could hardly contain his excitement. His tail glowed brighter than ever. They are not only clever and resilient, he said. They are imaginative, collaborative, and unstoppable. No species I have studied could have done this. The council watched in silence. Philo, Mara said softly. They have passed the second challenge. Humans may be a force the galaxy has never known. We underestimated them. Philo nodded, his eyes fixed on Earth. The universe believed humans were limited. They are not. They are extraordinary, and they are only beginning to show it. Back on Earth, the humans celebrated quietly. They did not know that their actions were being recorded by beings far beyond their understanding. They only knew that together, they had faced a challenge that seemed impossible and had succeeded. The second challenge was over, but it had revealed something incredible. Humans could think, create and solve problems in ways that no other species could. The universe had been forced to take notice, and the humans had no idea just how extraordinary they truly were. The signals had only just begun. Bigger challenges were coming, and the humans were ready. Their courage, intelligence, and creativity were about to be tested in ways that would change the galaxy forever. After the second challenge, the humans thought they had seen the limits of the mysterious signals. But the universe had something even greater in store. The sky lit up with a new sequence visible from every continent at the same time. The patterns were enormous, stretching across the horizon, and the sounds echoed across oceans and mountains. This challenge would require not just a small team, but the entire planet working together. Lena realized immediately what this meant. We cannot solve this alone, she said. This is bigger than our team. We need help from every capable human on Earth. Rohan nodded. It is incredible. We have never faced anything like this, but humans are strongest when we work together. Now is the time to show what we can do as a species. The team began reaching out to other scientists, engineers, and creative thinkers around the world. Messages went out across the internet, through broadcasts, and even local communities. People in distant cities, small towns, and even isolated areas received the call to participate. Slowly, the world united around one goal: to understand and respond to the signals. Philo watched with awe. He had expected humans to handle small challenges, but this required coordination on a planetary scale. How can one species work so quickly across an entire planet? He whispered. Their cooperation and trust are unlike anything in the galaxy. For days, humans organized themselves. Different groups focused on different tasks. Some decoded sections of the signals. Some built machines to reproduce light patterns. Others coordinated the timing, ensuring signals would match across continents. Lena and Rohan oversaw the effort, connecting teams across time zones and languages. The challenge was not easy. Different regions faced unique problems. A storm in one area delayed light experiments. Technical failures in another made timing difficult. Misunderstandings and errors arose. But humans did not give up. They communicated constantly, shared solutions, and helped each other overcome obstacles. Lena said, "Every problem is a chance to learn. If one group struggles, another can help. That is what makes humans strong. We do not work alone. We work together," Rohan added, "and we never stop trying. Every obstacle is temporary. Together we can do anything." Philo could hardly believe his eyes. From his observation point above Earth, he saw the incredible coordination. Hundreds of thousands of humans in countless locations, all working in harmony to decode the signals. No alien species had ever achieved this level of collaboration. The humans' efforts began to succeed. Sections of the global pattern started to match the signals. Lights, sounds, and shapes moved in perfect synchronization across continents. When one group completed a task, another built on it immediately. Ideas and solutions flowed faster than any machine could process. Maris, watching from Zorath, shook her head in disbelief. Vilo, this is beyond anything we imagined. Humans are not just clever, they are exceptional. We underestimated them entirely. Vilo smiled, glowing with excitement. Yes, they are extraordinary. I thought the first two challenges were impressive, but this proves that humans are not only intelligent, but capable of global coordination and leadership. No species can match this. On Earth, the final stage of the challenge approached. Humans needed to combine all their efforts into one massive synchronized display. Every team had to time lights and sounds perfectly. Every machine had to work in harmony. Every person had to trust that others were doing their part. When the final moment came, the sky erupted in a spectacle unlike anything the world had ever seen. Lights danced across continents in perfect patterns. Sounds echoed beautifully, blending from one region to another. Shapes moved as if guided by a single mind. Humans cheered everywhere, not for themselves, but for the success of the species as a whole. Lena smiled at the sky, her heart full of pride. We did it. Together, we have shown that humans can achieve what no one else can. We are stronger than anyone thought. Vilo's tail glowed brighter than ever. The universe had one rule: do not test humans. But even in testing, they have shown something extraordinary. They are not just clever, they are united, creative, and unstoppable. The second global challenge was over. Humans had proven their strength on a scale that no alien could ignore. They had adapted, innovated, and worked together across the entire planet. The universe had taken notice, and Vilo knew that even greater tests were coming. The humans, unaware of the full scope of the observation, only knew one thing. Together, they could overcome anything. And the universe was about to learn why humans were a species unlike any other. The humans had grown confident after the global challenge. They had proven that together, they could solve problems on a massive scale. But the signals returned with an unexpected twist. This time, the patterns in the sky moved faster, changed shape without warning, and included sudden bursts of light and sound. The challenge now tested more than knowledge and teamwork. It tested quick thinking, adaptability, and intelligence under pressure. Lena gathered her team. The signals are changing too fast for traditional methods. We cannot simply copy patterns anymore. We need to respond instantly and find new ways to solve them. Rohan studied the fast-moving sequences on his computer. We have learned a lot, but now we must think differently. The signals are testing how we react to sudden changes. Humans have an advantage here. We are adaptable and quick on our feet. Teams around the world worked tirelessly. Some experimented with faster machines to replicate the signals in real time. Others created software to predict the changes in patterns. Teams of volunteers monitored every region of the sky, coordinating with others to make sure no part of the challenge was missed. Even ordinary people joined. Farmers, students, and office workers helped transmit information, track movements, and test ideas. Their creativity and initiative amazed the scientists. Lena realized that this challenge was not just about skill. It was about human instinct, imagination, and cooperation. Vilo watched from above, his glowing tail flicking rapidly. He had expected humans to handle complex tasks, but the speed of this challenge was beyond anything he had imagined. They are thinking faster than I can track, he whispered. They are not just adapting. They are predicting, improvising, and coordinating instinctively. This is unlike any species I have studied. The signals changed suddenly again, this time forming shapes that appeared impossible to reproduce on Earth. Lights flashed in unpredictable sequences, and sounds shifted rhythmically in ways no computer could fully calculate. Lena looked at her team and said, "We have faced problems before, but this is different. We have to trust ourselves and trust each other. We can do this because humans never give up, and we think on our feet." Rohan added, "We have the tools, we have the knowledge, and we have the spirit. Now we show what humans are truly capable of." The humans responded with incredible creativity. Engineers modified machines in minutes to adjust to new patterns. Scientists recalculated predictions on the fly. People on the ground communicated instantly with each other, relaying observations and solutions faster than ever before. Velo's eyes widened as he observed the humans' response. They were improvising solutions, correcting mistakes instantly and inventing new methods in the moment. They are not just solving a puzzle, he said. They are evolving it as they go. This is brilliance in motion. Maris on Zorath shook her head in disbelief. Velo, this is extraordinary. Humans are not just clever or adaptable. They are instinctively intelligent. I never imagined they could manage something like this. The humans worked through the night, their determination unshakable. Slowly, they synchronized the moving patterns, lights, and sounds perfectly. Even the fastest and most unexpected changes were matched accurately, demonstrating a level of skill and coordination that stunned the aliens observing from afar. Finally, when the signal stopped, the humans looked up at the sky. They had not only solved the challenge, they had done so with creativity, speed, and accuracy that no other species could have achieved. Lena smiled at her team, exhausted but proud. We did it, not just because we worked together, but because we think, adapt, and act. This is what makes humans extraordinary. Philo's excitement reached its peak. The universe believed humans were unpredictable and fragile. They are not. They are intelligent, resourceful, and resilient in ways no one could imagine. They are beyond any test I could have designed. The council on Zorath was silent. Maris finally said, "The universe had one rule: never test humans. But Velo's experiment has shown their true potential. We underestimated them for too long. On Earth, humans celebrated quietly. They did not know they had been observed by an alien intelligence. They only knew that together, they had faced an impossible challenge, adapted instantly, and succeeded. The unexpected twist had proven something remarkable. Humans were more than clever. They were fast thinkers, problem solvers, and innovators under pressure. The universe had learned a lesson that could never be forgotten. The next challenge would be the most extraordinary of all. The humans were ready, and the universe was about to witness the full extent of their greatness. The humans had grown stronger with every challenge. They had learned, adapted, and proven that together, they could solve puzzles, innovate, and coordinate across the entire planet. But the next signal was unlike anything before. It appeared suddenly, stretching across the sky in massive patterns of light and sound. The challenge was not just complex, it was the ultimate test of ingenuity, courage, and unity. Lena gathered her team, now larger and more diverse than ever. People from around the world had joined them, all eager to face the new signals. "This is bigger than anything we have done before," Lena said. "The patterns are larger, the changes are faster, and we have to combine everything we've learned. But we can do this. Humans are at their best when faced with the impossible." Rohan studied the signals carefully. Every challenge before tested a single skill. This one tests all of them at once. Observation, adaptation, innovation, coordination, and courage. We have to act quickly and think creatively at every moment. The humans split into teams, each focusing on a different part of the sky patterns. Engineers built devices to replicate the lights. Scientists calculated the movements. Volunteers coordinated the timing and relayed instructions across continents. Even ordinary people, who had never faced such challenges before, contributed by observing patterns, testing ideas, and supporting the teams. Vilo observed from his ship, amazed by the humans' progress. "They have surpassed every expectation," he whispered. "They are not only intelligent and creative, they are brave, resourceful, and fearless. The universe underestimated them completely. The signals moved faster than ever, shapes twisted and shifted unpredictably. Lights flashed in rapid sequences and sounds changed rhythmically without warning. Many humans felt overwhelmed. Some patterns seemed impossible to reproduce. But Lena reminded everyone, "We are humans. We do not give up. Every problem has a solution if we work together and think clearly." Rohan added, "Remember everything we have learned. Each challenge prepared us for this. Every small skill, every lesson, every moment of teamwork, it all matters now." As the challenge progressed, humans discovered something extraordinary. By combining knowledge from every previous challenge, they invented new ways to solve problems in real time. They improvised machines, adjusted patterns instantly, and even created shortcuts that no alien could have predicted. They were not just following instructions, they were thinking ahead, anticipating changes, and improving the solution while it was happening. Philo's excitement grew. He had studied countless species across the galaxy, But humans were unlike anything he had ever seen. "They are evolving the challenge as they go," he whispered. "They are not only completing it, they are mastering it in ways I could never have imagined." Maris, watching from Zorath, spoke softly. "Vilo, the rule was to never test humans. But if this is what they can do when tested, the universe will have to see them differently. They are beyond clever, beyond capable, they are extraordinary." Back on Earth, the final moments approached. Humans had synchronized the most difficult parts of the pattern. The lights, shapes, and sounds were moving perfectly across continents. The teams coordinated flawlessly, trusting each other's judgment and skill. Even unexpected changes were handled quickly, showing adaptability and courage. When the last pattern completed, the sky erupted in a display of harmony, beauty, and precision. The signal stopped, leaving behind a peaceful night sky filled with wonder and awe. Humans cheered not for individual achievement, but for the success of the species as a whole. Lena smiled, exhausted but proud. "We did it. We faced the impossible and succeeded together. That is the essence of being human: creativity, courage, and unity." Vilo's tail glowed brighter than ever. "They have done what no species has ever done. The universe believed humans were fragile and limited. They are not. They are powerful, clever, and brave beyond measure. The universe has been forced to recognize them." The council on Zorath remained silent. Maris finally said, "The rule was clear, but the results cannot be ignored. Humans are extraordinary. They are not just a species. They are a force that can shape the galaxy." On Earth, humans did not know the full scope of the observation. They only knew that together, they had faced an impossible challenge and triumphed. They had proven that humans were capable of incredible intelligence, courage, and creativity when united. The ultimate test had ended. The universe had seen the brilliance of humans, and nothing would ever look at them the same way again. After the ultimate test, the humans rested for a moment, unaware of the eyes watching them from far beyond their solar system. They had faced every challenge, adapted to every twist, and worked together like no species before. Their determination, intelligence, and courage had been proven. Yet the universe was only beginning to understand the full impact of humanity. Vilo hovered above Earth, recording every detail of human achievement. His tail glowed with excitement and awe. "They are unlike anything I have studied," he whispered. "They are not only clever, adaptable, and creative, they are leaders, innovators, and collaborators. The universe has underestimated them for too long." The council on Zorath observed silently. Maris finally spoke, her voice a mix of respect and wonder. The rule was clear. Humans were never to be tested. Yet even in challenge, they have proven something extraordinary. They have not only succeeded, they have changed how the galaxy will see their species forever. Back on Earth, humans returned to their daily lives, still unaware of the cosmic attention they had attracted. Lena and Rohan reflected on everything they had accomplished. "We have learned so much," Lena said, looking at the stars. "We faced impossible challenges, yet we found solutions together. Humans are stronger than we ever imagined," Rohan smiled. "It is not just intelligence or creativity. It is courage, teamwork, and persistence. Every human contributed in their own way, and together we achieved something remarkable." Vilo continued to observe, thinking about the lessons the humans had taught him. No other species has faced challenges like this and responded with such unity and ingenuity. They are a species that the universe cannot ignore. The aliens on Zorath realized something important. Humans were not only capable of solving problems, they could lead, inspire, and adapt in ways that no other species had managed. Their creativity and resilience were unmatched, and their willingness to help and support one another made them extraordinary. Even the youngest humans, who had only participated for a small part of the challenges, had shown courage and curiosity. Every individual mattered. Every idea counted. The human strength did not come from power or technology alone. It came from their spirit and willingness to work together. Vilo knew the truth now. The universe had placed limits on humans because it had not understood them. But humans had broken those limits not with violence or force, but with ingenuity, teamwork, and intelligence. The rule of never testing them had been broken, but the result was clear. Humans were a force unlike any other. On Earth, people continued to look up at the stars with wonder. They did not know that distant observers had learned to respect them. They only knew that together, They had faced incredible challenges, solved puzzles, and overcome obstacles that had seemed impossible. The signals had stopped, leaving behind a calm night sky, but the humans had changed. They had grown wiser, braver, and more united, and the universe had learned something new. Humans were capable of greatness that no one could have predicted. Philo sent a message back to the council. They have proven themselves. They are extraordinary. The universe must respect them. Humans are not just another species. They are a force of intelligence, creativity, and courage. Maris nodded, her eyes reflecting the stars. We must remember this lesson. Never underestimate humans. They are a species that can shape the future of the galaxy. On Earth, humans continued their lives unaware of the cosmic lessons they had taught. They explored, learned, created, and worked together. And somewhere far beyond their reach, the universe had been reminded of one undeniable truth. Humans are extraordinary, and their potential is limitless. The experiment was over. The rule had been broken, but the outcome was clear. Humans had shown that intelligence, courage, and unity could overcome any challenge. And in doing so, they had earned a place in the galaxy's memory, a place that no one would ever forget. The universe had one final realization. It was not humans who needed to be tested. They were the species that could teach the universe what greatness truly means.